Senglu's POV. After a while, everything was quiet. I walked down into the basement to see the dead body, bleeding profusely. There was blood all over the floor, and all over Bum. He was licking it off the knife, giggling insanely. He didn't blink, and he looked like he's lost himself. I was worried for him. He looks far more psycho than me. Unless I get too angry like when he almost escaped. I walked over then took the weapons away. I caught this on camera so I can watch what he did and see if there's any new techniques in torturing people to death. Of course, I'd never use them on him, unless I lose control again. I picked Bum up and took him to the bathroom. He was already naked, he must have already took them off. I placed him in the tub and turned the shower on. I noticed his boner and blushed. I continued to wash his body. He suddenly reached his hand out and started feeling my crotch. I immediately got hard and tried to ignore him. Soon I dropped the shower head and moaned, making him bite head lip. He rubbed himself whilst rubbing me, and we both started moaning in unison. I usually fake it, but this was real. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed him. I pulled him close and took my apron and boxers off. I placed him on my lap and slowly slid into him. He gasped in pain and I stopped. "Are you okay?" I asked, worried. Yunam's POV. I gasped in pain and oh stopped. "Are you okay?" He asked, worried. "You're so big I'll get used to it," I said. I kissed him deeply and he started to slide all the way inside me again whilst kissing me. I held my eyes closed as pain ran through my ass. It hurt so much since I was small. He began thrusting slowly and gently, moaning softly. I gripped onto his back and kept groaning in pain. Soon it started to feel good and I started moaning. "Sangwoo," I moaned. He started thrusting harder and faster, and we both moaned more. I soon came on his stomach and he pulled out, coming on my dick. He giggled and pulled me into a hug. I hugged back, burying my face in his shoulder. He stroked my hair and kissed my forehead. I panted and felt weak in his arms. He noticed and sat in the tub with me, washing us both. I wiped his cum off my dick and licked it off my fingers. He doesn't really know why I'm thin. Nobody does. I'm anorexic. I don't eat until people give me food. But I mostly purge after, and Sangwoo has no idea. When he finished, he dressed us then carried me to bed. He then went downstairs to get some food, and I wrote in my diary I secretly kept. Sangwoo's POV. I carried him to bed, then walked downstairs to make us some dinner. I've noticed that ever since I've known him and seen him, he's been getting thinner. It's worrying me. I once threw up, I was worrying so much. I then dished up then carried Bum down, putting him in the chair next to me. We started eating and I put an arm around him. He suddenly went to the bathroom. I started hearing puking sounds. I ran in to see him with his finger down his throat. He was purging. I dragged him out and hugged him tightly. He started sobbing hysterically and looked shameful. "Don't do this again, okay? I don't want you hurt or starving. Okay? I'm sorry. I love you, Bum. I love you too." He kept sobbing for a while, and he ate some food. He soon fell asleep in my arms, and I took him to bed to cuddle with him. I then fell asleep too. Subscribe to the channel MANGASLOW. To be continued.